welcome to the beautiful Peak District and the glorious gravel Peaks Epic. Now, what is a Peaks Epic? Very simply, it's a gravel ride, hence the name Glorious Gravel. No, that's the company that does it. Right, so it is a 50-something, 80-something, or 100-something kilometre gravel ride through the Peaks District. So far, it's been rather difficult. I may not sound out of breath, but trust me, I feel it. Okay, now we're on the road, as you may imagine, seeing out it's Peak District, there's a lot of hills, and yay, downhills, but also, fuck me, uphills. And yeah, I was going to do every 10 kilometres. Unfortunately, the first 10 kilometres came about when I was on an A road. Not on a B road, before you ask. Trudging uphill towards the first checkpoint and the first food stop. And it can't come soon enough. For a gravel race, so far, there's been quite a lot of road, but that could all change. See you in about 10 kilometres time. About 42 k's in, we're on what I classify as gravel. There's been sections of this where it's been closer to bouldering and XC mountain biking, to be honest. Whoever came up with this course is an absolute sadist. It's just climbing, descent, climbing, descent, climbing, descent, climbing, descent, climbing, descent. I realise we're in the Peak District and it is just all climbing and descending, but Christ on a bike. Anyway, I'm pretty close to bonking. Absolutely shattered. I'm going to keep on going. It's in about another 20k. Complaining. For anybody who thinks I'm complaining, for me, this is not gravel. This is about 1 in 4 hill that's bouldering. Just done half distance and about 15k before half distance we have a very steep descent where I put my back out and it's spasming like a bitch. Those subsequent climbs have been a nightmare. When I got to a halfway point at the food stop at halfway, I did ask about quitting. I've decided to switch from the 100k route to the 80k route. So I want to try and finish this. I want to try and finish something. For those of you saying, but Rob, you, where are the training videos for this? Well, to point out the obvious, there have been no training videos because there have been no training. And there have been no trainings because I'm stupid. And I've done exactly what I shout at people for. I did a marathon on no training crowd. Them lot. I'm now one of them. So I've come and done this gravel ride on no training. And I'm an idiot. Every single pedal stroke is agony. The question of the day is gravel when kicks for 3 shades of shit. Oh. In the distance it looks smooth. Once you get there, definitely not. I'm walking again. It's not because this is too technical, it's not because this is too rough of a gravel trail for me, it's just I am done. My back is absolutely screaming and I can't put any power through pedals, so I'm stumbling rather than walking and see where we can get to. And I'm losing all gears. Awesome. Brakes are as sketchy as all fuck. This to me is gravel. Old rail trail, hardcore, with a bit of fine gravel over the top. Maybe a little bit of mud just for shits and giggles.
Hello everybody, it's voiceover Rob. Yes, while you watch this B-roll of me torturing myself on a number of climbs and throwing myself down a couple of sketchy descents, let's use this time to mute the heavy breathing and wind whistling over mic and let's discuss this event. Now, first up, the why. Why was I doing this? Well, back in February, I put a new order in on the Cycle to Work scheme. If anybody's not from the UK, Cycle to Work scheme is where you can pay pre-tax in instalments for a bike that you will use to commute to work. Honest, you will definitely be using it to commute to work. You will be using it like this. I ordered a new gravel bike, which I will use for commuting, I promise. And this event was supposed to be its shakedown to find any bugs or any problems with it. However, two problems with that. One is the bike never got delivered. I'm still waiting for it to be delivered because there's a couple of issues with components not being... Well, there's still a scarcity of components due to the chip shortage and other problems. And also, well, I was a little bit naive. I really shouldn't have used this as a shakedown event, because if I'd done any kind of research whatsoever, I would have found out the fact that this is kind of is known to be quite a vicious and brutal event. But, you know, hey ho, moving on. So, before you ask, yes, there was a training plan. No, I didn't do any training, as I mentioned. The training plan is just a sea of missed events and missed training sessions. So, it was going to be all hill sessions, low heart rate endurance stuff, a couple of long commutes to and from work, because I've got a 35-mile each way commute, and I was occasionally each year I do actually do that on the bike. Now, sadly, that just didn't happen. The bike hasn't arrived, the fitness never happened, so I'm just in this bad state as you're watching. Now, when it comes to the event, there's things I like and there's things I don't like. Now, the things I do like is the event organisers are amazing. Everything from signing on the website through to payment to actually getting there, the communication beforehand, when you got there, getting your race number, any information you needed, like when do I start, where do I start, how do I start, what's the route like. Everybody was knowledgeable, everybody was friendly, the feed stations were great and well stocked, and it's not like you were trawling around and all the good stuff had gone before you got there. It was great, especially the free finishes beer, which is a brilliant idea. It was non-alcoholic, before you ask. Things I didn't like, sadly, is route. Now, yes, if I'd done my research, I would have known it was absolutely brutal. But I don't think some of the stuff which we did was gravel. I would say that was more cross-country mountain biking. And yes, there was a lot of whinging and bitching early on, but I stand by it. It was brutal, and that's why I hurt my back. I over-tensed coming down one of the descents, where the rocks were as big as my fist, which was the gravel. So yeah, maybe I just need to take a spoonful of concrete and toughen the fuck up. But either which way, even if I put in a lot of training and I was able to do more of the hills without walking them, because I did actually walk around 5 kilometres of the 85 I did, maybe I would have enjoyed myself a bit more, but it was just brutal. So if you're wanting an event that will really tax you, crack on, do 100 kilometres. Maybe 80 wasn't exactly easy. Hilariously, although my timing chip put me in the results column for the long distance, you took my time for the 80, because that's the loop I did, I would have actually been 26th out of 43, which is a lot better than I expected to do, especially seeing I was injured for about half of it. Going forward, I am actually going to do another one of these. One on a mountain bike and one on my new gravel bike, and with a lot more training. So, until then, I'll see you in the next episode. Oh, thank Christ.
Ah.
You're right.
No.
You're done.